So I'm going to be answering these questions, any dating topics you'd like to know more about. Now, I'm going to say this with a caveat. What I'm going to share with you is almost like little band-aids because when I work with clients, it's a bigger picture thing. So I can give you small little bits and pieces here, but there's a lot of systems behind it that you're going to be missing. But I want to help you. I want you to know more about this. And if you want to know more about how to get more help, I'll tell you about that in a few minutes. All right. So Penny asked, seems trite, but what to wear for those first coffee meets? Casual jeans and hoodie, skirt and jacket, what to do? Need confidence, but don't want to give the wrong impression. Good question. So, what I always tell my clients to do is to wear what makes you feel amazing. If you feel great in casual jeans, I don't necessarily know about a hoodie. It would depend upon how nice the hoodie was. And a skirt and jacket, that also depends upon where you're going, where you're coming from, also where you live. Like I would say in certain parts of the country, dresses are great. In other parts of the country, nobody ever puts a dress on. So the real indicator here is what makes you feel amazing. All right, Linda, which dating sites are the better ones for women in their 50s, 60s, and above? And we also had Nancy say that she didn't like our time. So, what I have found about the dating sites is that um, it's also regional. Like I've had clients do well on Match in one part of the country and not do well on Match in another part of the country. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go on the site and look around. What I do recommend, though, I tell all my clients this, I say go on the site for the least amount you can go on, be least amount of time, because that way, what you're doing is if you don't like it, you won't be on it that long. And also, what you want to do is they will come back. Like Match always comes back with better deals for you. My favorite sites are Match, Zoosk. Some of the apps are good. You want to start to try some of the apps like Bumble, Hinge, Tinder. You could try those. There, I've had clients find their guys on apps as well as dating sites. And also, people have been successful on the free dating sites. Now, you'll hear me talk about a quality man template. That is really important for getting on the dating sites because you want to know who you're looking for. We almost always go on them looking for our usual type, and our usual type, if it worked, we wouldn't be with them. So when you're going on these dating sites, you want to be able to see the possibilities of other men. That's so important. All right, Dee Dee, what do we say that turns them off when getting to know them the first week? Oh my gosh. Well, this is like a whole book. So hang on, I need a little water. Mm, when you say that turns men off when getting to know them, it's usually emasculating them in some way, shape, or form and not knowing the language that men speak and hear and how they hear things. So, with this, women come from a place of community, men come from a place of they want to be your hero and make your life easier. One of the biggest ways you turn them off is by not letting them give to you. So let's say they want to open the door for you and you say, "I could do that." Well, what you're really saying to them is, "No, I don't need your help." And men need to feel needed. It's not this neediness about them. They just need to feel needed. So, if you want to know more about that, Dee Dee, go to my website, findaqualityman.com. I write a million blogs about men, and you could grab a copy of my book on Amazon, The Winning Dating Formula for Women Over 50. I share a lot about men there too. All right, Janie. Men volunteer phone numbers without prompting. How to ask for the video date and not turn them away and reply. They seem to run. Okay, so yes, they do volunteer their phone numbers. The reason they do is they know you want to be safe. So they're figuring if you call them, you can block the phone number and they won't know it. So they're trying to make you safe. So the language that uh, men speak in here. I need your help. Could you do me a favor? And you could say, could you do me a favor? Would it be okay if we met on video? I would love to put a voice to this face, or I would love to put a voice to all these emails that have been going on. That is really, really important to do to trigger the hero response in him versus saying, you want to do video? I remember when I was dating at first dating, and this guy said, well, maybe we should talk. And I said, well, hey, here's my number. And he just, you could tell he thought it was so forward. And it was. You want them to ask you, you want them to pursue. First of all, it feels really good when they pursue you. So, that is how you get to a video date. It's okay to talk once on the phone. In fact, I think that's fine, and then move to video as you go along. But you do want to get on video, especially now since it's you want to take more time before you meet people. Okay, Deborah, I know a lot of men want being exclusive soon. How long is healthy to wait? I'm holding off on sex and trying to get to know someone before becoming exclusive. Good. That's good, Deborah. You're holding off on sex because unless you just need to have the hormones get in there and they say, I gotta have it. You do want to be in an exclusive relationship before you have sex. That's so important because you don't want him going out later in the day having sex with someone else. You want to know it's just you. It keeps you really safe that way. So I would say you want to have the exclusive conversation when you're getting to the point of full blown sex. I feel more comfortable having an intimate relationship with you once we become exclusive. Would that be okay with you? All right, Joan, I like the exclusive question, but there's so much confusion over this, and both sides need to agree on exactly what it means. For example, dating only each other, hiding your profiles, referring to each other as boyfriend, girlfriend, how often you'll see each other, etc. So, the exclusive, yes, Joan, that's great. That is great what you shared. Being exclusive is about just only seeing each other. And I think there's an assumption about boyfriend, girlfriend when you're only seeing each other and that you're going to come off the dating sites. That's really important. That's part of being exclusive. So I'm going to hop over here. Oh, good. You guys are still seeing me. Thank you, Suzette. Okay. And if you all have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments over here. Would love to answer them for you. All right, back over here. Um, so Gail said, Joan, I so agree with you. Many men don't interpret exclusiveness with having sex with only one woman. Some even define exclusive as the woman to have sex with him only and not apply that same standard for themselves. Yes, Gail, you definitely want to have we're exclusive to each other. And we're going to get off the dating sites and only date each other. That is important. Just lots of safety reasons, including COVID right now. All right, so Dora, how long do you chat on the dating site and he doesn't offer to meet up or call you on the phone? So, great question. As women, we need to lead. And the way, not pursue, we need to lead so a man knows it's safe to ask us things. So, what you want to do is when you're on the emails, you only want to have about 5 to 10 emails, um, back and forth. They should be short and sweet. You don't want to get into an email relationship, into a pen pal relationship. That is a huge problem. And what you want to do is you want to say to him, it would be like I said before, it would be nice to put a voice to these wonderful emails, or it would be nice to put to see a face to these wonderful to your wonderful voice. What do you think? And that's how you lead a man to know it's safe to go a little further, but you're not pursuing him. Let me know in the comments if that makes sense to you. that the way I just described that. Okay. All right. Then we have from Kathy, how many dates should he pay before you offer to pay? Well, that is a great question. So, um, he's asking you out. And if he's asking you out, he should be paying for it. Now, once you get to know each other, now in normal life, like let's say you went on a date on a third date, you could ask him, or you could just say, hey, I want to pay for the movies tonight. Nowadays, what it would be is if you're going on a third or fourth date and you're exclusive, which I do recommend once you start seeing a man right now in COVID, that you only see each other, and you might want to talk about that because you want to talk about the safety issues. And if they're seeing a lot of people and you're seeing a lot of people, we know what that looks like with the numbers going up now. So you want to really just be talking to one, being with one guy. So with paying, and if you're only seeing him, you could say, I would love to make you dinner, but let him take you out a couple times. Um, so then we have a question here about catfishing. So catfishing is all kinds of different, has different meanings. And the reason I'm not going to answer it is because, and Deb, you wrote this, how to spot a catfisher. I get tons. I'm not sure if you're seeing a catfisher or if you're seeing a scammer, because a catfisher is someone that is when they create a fake identity on a social networking service, and then they will target a victim and then do abuse and fraud. Um, and it's really for financial gain. If it's a scammer, or if you're thinking the two are the same, I don't know if you're on this call. Thank you, Suzette, for letting me know. It makes perfect sense. Um, so I want you to ask that question again, but I need you, Deb, to be a little more specific about what catfisher means to you. All right, but scammers. So how do you avoid the scammers? So scammers can recognize things in your profile. Oh, I have to get some water. Women write certain things about how they feel lonely, or just the way they write it. And especially because we're older, that men will, these scammers will sort of go into that, and they will take that and they get a sense of if you're really lonely right now. Some women write, I'm so lonely. It would be so nice to have to share life with now and not have to do everything on myself. And you want to have a really good profile. I know with my clients, when they write profiles, they're not getting hit by a ton of scammers anymore. I have some that do, but very few get hit by scammers because they have a profile that shows their confidence, that shows they have an understanding of men, and that shows that clear vision of who they want. That's really important. But scammers hit on women they think are lonely. And what they do that gets you hooked in is they pay a lot of attention to you. And really intelligent women have been scammed because they are lonely and nobody's telling them they're beautiful and nobody's listening to them. And these men are trained to listen to you and to make you feel like, oh my God, you're like the best person in the world for me. And when that is going on, you're feeling it more and more. And then you're getting connected and you're sharing parts and pieces of your life. And what they do is they hook into that, and they will almost always say to you, hey, um, like if you've had something happen in your life, they will say, hey, I had that happen in my life. I know how that felt. And then you think, oh my God, he gets me. So then as you're bonding with this man, what happens is you start to feel like this guy gets me so much. So when he comes in for the scam, you're emotionally connected to him. So it's not hard for him to ask you for money because you are so emotionally connected, you're going to give it to him. And that is why, as that's how a scammer works. So any guy that ever asks you for money, it's really hard to do, but talk to a friend about it, because you will probably be so emotionally connected to him by that point that you can't see clearly. You just want to help this guy that you care so much about. So you definitely want to talk to a friend, talk to a coach, come into this group so people can tell you, hey, you're listening to a scammer. So, does anyone who's on here have any questions that they want to ask? It's dating is really fun if you know what you're doing, by the way. And I know when I first started dating, I didn't know what I was doing. I cried a lot. I mean, I just cried all the time because I didn't get first dates, I didn't get second dates, and I would go out. Someone asked a question about what to wear. I had all these soccer mom clothes. I had black t-shirts. Okay, I have black t-shirt on now, but this one has ruffles. Those did not. They weren't girly at all. I had jeans and I had fake Birkenstocks, and I didn't feel that good about myself. And when you go on a date and you don't feel too good about yourself, it's not going to go anywhere. And so I would cry all the time. And I swore once I figured this all out, I would never let another woman cry the way I cried constantly because I didn't know what I was doing. And when you know what you're doing, when you have the mindset, when you have the strategies, it makes a huge difference. So, this is what I help women with every day in coaching. And I'd love to help you if you're ready to make changes. Reach out to me, private message me. Go to this link and tell me what's going on. It's findaqualityman.com/talk. And let's see if we can get you help. Okay, let's see if I have anyone that had a question. No. So I love having you here. I love sharing with you, what's going to make you find love because that's the goal. I don't want to see you living your whole life alone. All right, I'm sending you lots of love and lots of hugs and believing in you. Okay? Talk to you next Friday. Bye.